Let me make something perfectly clear. I'm not usually one to entertain conspiracy theories. For example, while I believe there's some compelling circumstantial evidence that makes Carole Baskin very suspicious when it comes to the disappearance of her husband, Don Lewis, I still don't think there's anywhere near enough evidence to charge her for it. Before Tiger King's release, of course, Carole Baskin and Joe Exotic weren't household names. Pretty much only people interested in keeping exotic pets, particularly felids, cared about her sanctuary and her existence. There was, however, one person who claimed to have become disillusioned with Carole and suggested he was a former Big Cat Rescue supporter who owned no exotic cats, nor did he plan to own any. His name was Juan Garcia, a then teenager with an interest in photography. Inexplicably, he decided to dedicate considerable time and resources into speaking about Carole and Big Cat Rescue. He actually reached out to me before he started his pursuits and told me he was inspired by some of the work I've done on the topic, which was great. However, admittedly, I was suspicious of him because he was very interested in this controversial issue, despite not having a dog in the fight. However, he went on to create this well-designed page, Big Cat Rescue Watch, in 2015, with the address bcrwatch.com, and as if that wasn't enough, he ran a Facebook page and a YouTube channel on the topic too. And you could tell, he put a lot of effort into these platforms, and they just got more elaborate over the years. He had YouTube videos that had fancy editing that he narrated. I wish I could show you these videos, but they no longer exist. In fact, if it weren't for this beautiful website, the Wayback Machine, I wouldn't be able to show you this website, because in 2020, it all disappeared. And when did this happen? When Tiger King first hit Netflix, I prayed that people would ignore it and not get exposed to Joe Exotic and all his shenanigans.
No one can say a damn thing about it. Here's to the unwanted animal!
I think it's safe to say that the universe spit in my face on that one, because overnight, Tiger King became a hit. However, something unexpected happened. I remember Juan posting on the Big Cat Rescue Watch Facebook page that Carole Baskin was getting criticism. And believe it or not, this has never happened before and I didn't believe it at first. However, lo and behold, her page was blowing up with hate because, surprisingly, she became the villain of Tiger King, which presented some rival narrative between her and Joe that wasn't entirely true. While most of the comments were about Don, some comments were noting the hypocrisy of trying to ban exotic cats while owning them yourself, and oh boy was that a beautiful sight. With the popularity of the documentary blowing up and a controversy getting national attention, I knew that Juan's content was going to surge in popularity, and that was great. I felt he really deserved it, and it hadn't really received much attention before. But after realizing I hadn't seen any updates from his Facebook page, I attempted to log in to see what was going on, and it was gone. In fact, so was the website. The YouTube page deleted, and just recently I also found deleted Instagram and Twitter accounts. Now, I can't figure out why after 5 years he would destroy all of this content. It's a shame because he compiled a lot of great resources and primary sources that were very useful to formulate unbiased arguments that aren't full of falsehoods, and he deleted everything right around when his efforts were going to pay off. So, one very plausible explanation for this, I think he could have been paid off. Hear me out. Carole Baskin is actually very adept with SEO, which is a concept where people who make internet content make it so they are found easily in Google searches and things like that. For instance, she has this website called 911 Animal Abuse, which actually has a page dedicated to Juan Garcia, because she basically puts people who disagree with her on the page, so they look like animal abusers and or their supporters, even though he has no animals and isn't involved with them. That way, if you search his name, it will pop up with animal abuse being associated with it to tarnish his image. She also presumably pays a lot to get her websites placed on the top of the Google searches. So, being familiar with the importance of influencing the opinions of the public by being the first source people read, I'm sure she panicked when her name became so popular and Juan's content was poised to expose everyone to some of her less savory behavior. And I believe that she or someone else associated with her might have paid him to take all of the information down, since she is quite quite affluent. She's also big on suing people and using money in general to get her way. Tiger King proved to be a formidable blow to her public image.
You don't give a damn, killed your man just to get rich. Ended up on Netflix, now you better get this heat. I was smoking chronic, watching Joe Exotic, and I could tell Carole Baskin was so psychotic. All her husband's money is what I know she wanted, so she fed him to the tigers and disposed his body. Carole killed her husband. You won't ever change my mind.
But ultimately, she came out on top. Over time, the hate she got died down, and by meeting with members of Congress and heavily lobbying in Washington, D.C., she was finally able to get a law passed that banned the ownership of big cats and made it so that zoos are not allowed to let customers play with harmless cubs, unless they are zoos that meet her approval, and the people are privileged VIPs and their friends and family. I did entertain other theories as to why Juan left. Not that I can think of anything that makes any sense. Maybe he felt that Carole was receiving too much backlash and didn't want to add fuel to the fire. However, I found Instagram posts from him that noted the ire she was receiving, showing how much he was enjoying it. And then, poof, the page disappears. After years of work that he put into making videos, posts, blogs, you name it, he had nothing to lose leaving the information up. And even if he just got tired of the topic and decided to just up and leave right when his content was about to inevitably amass thousands of views, he didn't need to delete anything. He expended a lot of energy into wiping the internet clean of his work, and it's just incredibly fishy. So anyway, this is absolutely just a theory, as I can't think of any other logical reason why, sometime around after Tiger King coming out, Juan would just delete everything. And I had been contacted by him at one point, so I emailed him to see if he could tell me what happened, and of course I never got a response. So Juan, if you're out there and would like to clear the air, that would be great, and I'll provide an update in the description of this video if that happens. And well, if you deleted everything because you figured Tiger King resolved the issues, it's apparent that that is not so. However, if not, I'm banking on Carole being involved in his disappearance off the internet. In the meantime, let's be sure to spread this website around from the Wayback Machine, because it's great content and deserves to be seen.